Hey guys, it is Jamie Sullins, your favorite Scentsy consultant. Or at least I hope I am. I want to come to you guys today and share with you a super fun idea that actually I stole from one of my Scentsy friends, but I loved it so much, and this decor idea fits perfectly in my guest bath. You could tell from the color on the walls that this is a succulent themed bathroom. I have this guest bath done all in greens and peaches and fun purples, so it pairs well with a succulent theme. Now I have had the Himalayan sea salt warmer in this bathroom, and it kind of went, but it just didn't perfectly fit. And when I saw this idea, I knew I was gonna have to do it. So a few supplies that you're going to need. The first is some sort of pot or container. You can use just a regular flower pot. I found this container at my local antique store. I actually don't think it's an antique, but sometimes, you know, at antique stores you can find just junk too. You're gonna want it to be pretty big, but not necessarily deep. So this container worked perfectly. Now, here's something that's really important, that this is actually my second go around at this project, because the first time I didn't know I was gonna need styrofoam in it. I had just filled it with rocks. And if you get styrofoam, it's gonna make this project so much easier, and it's gonna make it look a lot better too. So I just found some styrofoam from an old package I had received, probably an Amazon package, knowing me. But if you don't have styrofoam laying around, you can go to your hobby store or even the dollar store and pick up floral foam. You're gonna want enough to go into the bottom of a container. Now, if you've never worked with styrofoam or floral foam, it's so easy to cut. So you can even take one big huge chunk, cut it into smaller pieces to make it work in the circle. Just use a steak knife and you should just be able to cut through it just like butter. So I've got my styrofoam down in the bottom here. You can kind of see it. And then I just have rocks on top. Now guys, if you want to go cheap, just go to your backyard and get a bunch of rocks. Another way that you can go cheap, because you know I'm super frugal, this is what I did. I got these white ones from the Dollar Tree. This is a very, very large container, and there are 6 bags of rocks in here. Of course, I have the foam taking up most of the space. And then I just added my rocks on top. Now, the next thing that you're going to need is the Aloe Vera Scentsy Warmer. I love this warmer, but if I'm honest, by itself, it's just kind of meh. Like, it doesn't really work. Like, aloe vera doesn't grow out of a table. So it looks kind of weird, just like it is like this. Now, I've seen a lot of other Scentsy girls putting them in flower pots, and that worked. But this, guys, when I finish this, you're going to love it, and you're going to want to do the same thing. So this aloe vera warmer is the key piece to this design. Now, you'll notice here, I kind of have all the rocks moved to one side and kind of an empty spot back here in the back. I'm going to take that spot and just tuck my aloe vera warmer right there. I'm going to make sure that it's level, because that's going to be super important, because there is going to be wax in it. You don't want that to be unlevel. Making sure that the cord is coming out of the back. Now, this is one of our element warmers. It does not have a light bulb. This dish inside here is what's going to get warm to warm up the wax. Now, guys, I've been using this warmer. I told you I loved it, but I just hadn't found the right way to display it. So I already have wax here in the dish. My favorite scent to use with this warmer is aloe vera and ivy. Hello, it's an aloe vera warmer. So let's get some aloe vera scent in there. I'm gonna go ahead and plug this in so it can start smelling wonderful here in my bathroom. But like that, it just it's kind of dull. There's nothing spectacular about it. It kind of looks a little odd. Here's the key part. If you know me, you know I'm a fan of the Amazon. So I got on Amazon and I found this set of succulents. Now, I did this because I shopped at Hobby Lobby and at Michael's, and succulents are crazy expensive, like $5 to $10 each. And you see there's a lot of space in this dish. We need a lot of succulents. So this one, it says 16 pieces. I counted and there's over 20 in here. And it was only like $18. So look on Amazon. I love this set of succulents, but you can use whatever you want. There's different colored ones. This one is mainly green with a little pop of color here and there. That's why I went with it. So if you're not used to floral design, you want to always start with your largest pieces or just your eye-catching pieces. Now this set only came with one piece of the hanging succulents, so I want to make sure that that's in the very front of my display and kind of coming over the edge. Now this foam down in here makes it so easy to place these pieces, because you put it in there, you don't like it, you just take it out and move it a little bit. So I started it a little further back. It just didn't look right, wasn't hanging right. Then you always want to start with your larger pieces, like I said. Now these two look very similar. One is felted, one is not. Personally, I don't want these right next to each other because they look so much alike. So I'm going to put one up here really close to the warmer, find a good spot in the styrofoam, and then this other one I'm going to put up here in the front. Guys, you just play around and mess around with it until it looks right. I'm going to get my few pieces with color. Really, there's only two in this set that have some color. One's large, one's small. I'm going to go ahead and take my large one. I want to make sure that it's real prominent, so we have some good color in there. So I'm going to pop it right there in the middle. You just kind of fill in the spots. Again, let me reiterate, you start with your larger pieces, saving your smaller for the last. Just kind of mess around with it until it looks right. I love that one. Some really good tall texture. Now this set came with a bunch of these, and they're felted. They're a great item, but there's so many of them and they're so small. They're going to be my last pieces that I pop in kind of as filler, just to fill in those empty spots. Use as little or as many succulents as you want. I just love it to be just cram-packed full though. I think that's so fun when it's just overflowing. So I've got all my other pieces. Now I just have these that we have so many of. Now I'm looking, I want to pop some back here, but this little guy would get hidden because these are taller. So I'm just going to pull him back out. Pop some of those taller ones in there. And then he's going to go in front of them so he can still be seen. Same thing back here. I'm going to create a little bit of symmetry and make sure that I'm using these taller pieces kind of in the back part of the warmer. It's kind of a hidden spot, but I just don't want it to be white back there. So I have a little bit of that texture on both sides, and I'll zoom in just a second so you guys can see this a little better. Just filling in those holes with these. Again, that kind of hid this little one. So I'll pull him out, make sure that he can be seen up here. The beauty of floral foam is you can undo and redo as much as you want. And when I first did this project, I really missed the mark by not having my foam in there, so I had to go back and redo it. All right, guys, we finished it up. Pop this over here so I can get you a little closer so you can see what that looks like. Got a little pop of color in there, but this is just really going to work well in this bathroom with so many succulents and the great green colors in here. I'll snap a couple pictures of my bathroom so you guys can see that too.